Kia ora, we're here at Whakarua Park, Ruatoria, which is the iconic home of Ngāti Porou Rugby. Today is our clash against Bulla, our last home game of the season and a celebration of all our clubs. They say here in Ngāti Porou Rugby is a religion and churches at 2:30 on Saturday, and I think you'll see all the pununga here today praising the sport that is rugby.
Oh, it means everything to us. We don't have much up the coast here. Rugby's pretty special. It's pretty much all we've got.
Oh, well, we've been following the case for years, you know, through all the bad times and the good times. And I guess part of the attraction would be Ma'a Nonu, I guess. We don't see many of them blokes playing for Ngāti Porou East Coast, you know, ever.
So recently I joked about the fact that Ngāti Porou East Coast are becoming an All Black magnet. We had Zach Guilford and then we were able to attract Jose home. And so the naming of Ma'a Nonu, it just seems to keep building.
You know, today it's going to be our day and we're going to have we've turned it on, blue sky, so hopefully it's a blue win.
They go high to Boswell, Wakefield at the front. He chucks it back to Parksy. Parksy goes for a run. He's got Tarangi Fraser throwing the step. Fraser fighting for the line. Beautiful run there by Tarangi Fraser.
Can't wait for Ma'a Nonu to jump on. Yeah, he's the man. He's the best second five in the history of rugby. Yeah, hope that.
I'm glad to see that our boys that are on the field are doing the job, and hopefully when Ma'a gets on, it'll be already a done deal.
Yeah, we've got the newbies on the park here in the sky blue jersey. Don't they look good? Calling for it. Fraser out wide, he feeds the dummy. Fraser will go himself. Beautiful work there from Ngāti Porou.
Came in and presented our jerseys to the boys, and he dropped the hint about 4 or 5 times, you know, if we needed a midfielder, and I was like, oh, you know, it was all fun and games between the boys, and after that 5th time, I was like, I think the boys might be serious.
Oh, well, I saw the team a couple of weeks ago when they played North Carpenters. He texted me and said, oh, we just lost, so I said, oh, I think it's time to put the boots back on. And then he said, what about yourself? I said, oh, if you play, I'll play.
That was, that was the catch. So he wasn't coming unless I took the field with him. So I couldn't really say no and, you know, deny the people Ma'a Nonu wearing the sky blue jerseys.
Just blessed to be here and given the chance to play with Jose again and experience Ruatoria and its culture. So rich history and lucky to take the field.
Well, I'd have to ask the bro if he's coming back because, you know, I only take the field if he's here. So we'll see how the boys turn up, you know, after the weekend.
Got to ask the coach. Yeah, I'm not ruling it out, so we'll see how it goes.
Jose Aguirre, you've got Mills's number. You've got Mills's number. He is available. I don't think he's fit, but you're available, right?
The only thing I'll be doing is jumping on that horse as well.
Oh, how good, JK.
Greatest after matches ever. The thing I remember about going down to the East Coast was like just the crayfish and the seafood and the hospitality and just the beauty of the people. So that's great, Amar. That's a fantastic thing to do.
It's given me more time to think about our trivia question. Bailey Mackey delivered it. East Coast victory was over Bulla. What was their first in 54 games? Who was their last one against and when? All right.
Do you want me to go?
You go, JK.
2014.
Yep.
Against Poverty Bay.
I'm going to say 2017 against West Coast.
I was going to say West Coast, but I was going to say 2013. Let's get the answer from Bailey Mackey.
And of course, the answer is their next door neighbour, Poverty Bay, in 2013.
You were a year out. Your year was out, so I got the year. Do I get half a point?
No.
I
win.
Well, hold on. No, well, I got half a point.
Can't get half, mate.
You were out of it.
I got half last
Your
week.
maths, they said it was 8 years, and you got to 2007 and we're in 2021. What, 8 years, 8 seasons ago? Hey, I thought that was the easy part of the question.
I thought they were counting pre-season games.
Oh, right. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Well, the international game, it returns this weekend. The All Blacks are taking on the USA Eagles. I had the opportunity earlier on to chat with Dane Coles about what he's expecting on this end-of-season tour. Well, Dane, thanks for joining us on The Breakdown. You are back on tour with the All Blacks. You have joined them in Washington. First, I want to talk about, though, I heard an interview talking about watching them in the Rugby Championship. Did you feel as though when they were in Australia, you were missing out?
Yeah, big time, Goldie. I would have loved to have been over there with the lads, but unfortunately, that wasn't to be. But yeah, really enjoyed the games, mate. Sat back on my couch, had a couple of beers, and was a fan. But yeah, just proud of the boys' effort, and stoked to be back in the environment. It's been awesome.
Let's talk about rejoining the team. What did it feel like when you and the others got back within the squad, within the environment?
They actually haven't arrived yet, Goldie. So we've been here for a couple of days. The five of us just kind of stuck in our hotel. They're arriving probably in the next hour, a couple of hours. So yeah, a little bit nervous, to be fair. Just get a feel of the group. But once we get stuck into training, mate, and get around the lads, I'm pretty sure we'll be pretty back to normal. But yeah, a little bit nervous.
So when New Zealand Rugby adds a test match every season, which they do when they're trying to broaden their number of games, when they schedule a test in America, how do the players react?
I think we're pretty a little bit freaked out at the start, obviously with the COVID stuff, but there's some real big protocols coming over here. So yeah, I think there's a lot of excited lads. Well, I hope there is when they land. I'm pretty excited. The guys that have travelled over earlier are pretty excited as well. So yeah, obviously things are going to be different with the COVID stuff, but mate, putting on the jersey anytime and getting out to a new country, a new stadium is always pretty special.
Look, we know sport in America is incredibly professional. Is there something unique about the sporting landscape that resonates with you in America?
Yeah, well, they put on a show, don't they? It's pretty big time. I think Sammy Kane had an interview the other day, and all the American journos were like building him up and do how the Americans do it. I think it's just unique, mate. It's a different atmosphere. That rugby's not too big over here, so hopefully we can showcase the All Black brand and grow it and do something a little bit different.
You talked about things being obviously different with COVID. Does it feel as though, just in general life, though, from what you've seen since you've arrived, that maybe the United States is sort of moving on from it and dealing with it?
Yeah, 100%. We flew into LA. We were just kicking it. We had a couple of hours to get to Washington, and everyone, the airport was packed. The whole flight was packed. We flew into Washington and we went out to training just to field and, looking out the window, everyone's kind of just carrying on. So, obviously there's a few guidelines that we've got to follow, but it seems like life's moving on, mate, and they're just learning to deal with it and live with it and do everything necessary to kind of get back to normal.
Look, I had a good chat to Sam Kane last week. Of course, he's coming back off a long-term injury. You've just had that niggly little calf. I mean, when we talk about this 5-test match tour, what's specific in terms of the goal for you when you turned to New Zealand? What would you have liked to have achieved?
I think just being part of the group, whether I'm playing off the bench or helping the team prepare. I know you've got to maybe not lower your expectations. Like, I'm not going to come in here and start every game, I don't think, but there's still that I'm not here to hold tackle bad either. So I want to work hard and put pressure on the other 3 hookers like we always do. But just enjoy my time by working hard for the lads. And like I said, that's starting off the bench or helping the team prepare. Just be a part of it, mate. That's what I want to do and stay injury free.
And you've seen a number of players already in this season be added into this All Black group. A lot of the younger guys. Are they the sort of guys that motivate you as well to keep pushing you to get better? And do you enjoy seeing their development at the highest level?
100%. The guys coming here and adding value, and they're not happy just to be here. They want to be, they're pushing guys to be the best, which is a great environment to be a part of when you've got guys with their attitude. Guys like Ethan Blackadder, who's been pretty special. So when guys are pushing, I suppose, the older grunch and want to play every week, it creates a real competitiveness amongst the group. And especially an old fellow like me, I'm pretty keen to, better that or work with them and create a bit of edge amongst the lads.
Mate, this is not an easy tour and some serious challenges, and like you say, there's some restrictions you guys are having to look at. But is this pure and simply early on a week-by-week proposition? You're not looking too far ahead of yourselves?
Yeah, exactly, Goldie. Like, once the lads come in, they've had a big 6 weeks, they're pretty refreshed, so it's just important that we prepare like we always do, nail off the USA week, and then we travel to Wales straight after the game. So yeah, it's going to be different, mate, but it's exciting, and obviously there's a little bit of restrictions, but yeah, I think they had a bit of fun in-house when they had the COVID stuff over in Australia, so we'll be looking to do that and just create an environment that we're having a bit of fun but working hard for each other as well.
Yeah, look, you bring so much experience to the squad, mate. We're looking forward to seeing what contribution you, Sam Kane, Sam Whitelock, everyone can bring to the environment. The likes of a Josh Lord as well. Look, stay safe, look after yourself. Good luck this weekend. Thanks for joining us on The Breakdown.
Cheers, Goldie, mate. Always a pleasure.